All right, you guys, welcome back to another game previews. These game previews are coming from the Spikers and Tigers. Well, the Tigers have another shot to win another game in their to put an end to their season, as they will be at home as they were for game 7, but as this one will be ending different for them, game number 7 will be a very different tragedy for the Spikers, as they look to continue to add on to their lead and look to go to the tournament this season, something that they didn't get to do last season. And they have had previous battles with the Spikers in the past, but we will see what that all turns out to be. Yesterday, as we know, the Spikers took on the Army men at home and took a very hard loss. They are looking forward to get a win to try and slide their way into the tournament 3-5, which we all know that is unbelievable, because a team that is 3-5 in basketball, especially when it comes to high school basketball, they are not allowed to enter into the into the tournament or playoffs as 3-5 unless they are 4-5. If a team is 4-5, they are most dedicated and able to slide into the tournament and the playoffs. If the Spikers perhaps lose this game, they will be out of the tournament and the playoffs indefinitely. So the Spikers would have to try to do any and everything in their power to make sure that the Tigers do not win. The Tigers have been on a very good winning streak this season, and they look to keep it going. The Tigers said that this year is their moment. And the Tigers also made a statement saying that the Roadrunners will not get another championship while they are around. So let's see how these teams performed in the last game. So let's see how these teams performed in their last game. Well, as we can see from the last game, the Spikers did lose to the Army men, and we get that is very understandable here. But the only thing that can make this situation better is how are the Army men going? Well, how are the Spikers? Well, yeah, we can say, because that's the, yeah, sorry, I'm just mentioning another team. But the main question is, how can the Spikers be able to show that how can the Spikers be able to show that this is not their final chance? I feel like that the Spikers know that this is not their final chance, but they don't want to feel left out. And I do get where the Spikers are coming from, because they don't want to be left out. They probably think that this is their last shot. This is their last opportunity. And it kind of is, because if they do lose to the Tigers next week, the Spikers will have to wait until next season to get the opportunity that they wish they could have had. You know what I'm saying? That they wish they could have had, and they didn't. They didn't have that. So that's why the Spikers need to take this game to advantage And I feel like they will take this game to, like, they will take advantage of this game, because they know that this game is theirs. You know what I'm saying? And it may be theirs, but it wasn't their game. You know, like last week, it wasn't their game. You know what I'm saying? It was the Army men's game and stuff. So that's why we think what we think. So let's look and see here when we talk about the Spikers. Let me see. Let me take the headphones off some. All right. So
And then come on, baby, lay straight up, sucking, lay down there. Get your iPad and that off the bed. Lay it over there with your stuff so I can go to bed. I'm sleepy. It's 2:30. Let me go to bed.
one second.
Come on, Alexandria. Ma, I don't care. I don't know you don't. You probably don't really. Whoa. We're doing it. I'm sick and tired of this look.
So when we mention the Spikers are 2-5. Let's talk about the past matchups the Spikers have had this season to see if it can kind of help them with the win against the Tigers. Okay, in the beginning of the season, the Spikers lost to the Bulldogs 128-126. So that is currently by 2 points. Then on December 1st, they beat Thunder 143-139, which was, I'm pretty sure this game ended by overtime. I'm not sure. On December 6th, they beat the Bulldogs in a second game matchup, 119-111, and that was their second home game of the season. 3 days after that, which was December 9th, they went up against the Redbirds, and the Redbirds beat them at home 119-118. Then they had another home game, which was against the Roadrunners, and the Roadrunners were able to beat them 105-102 at home. Then January 5th, they went up against the Bears, and the Bears got a win over them 109-104. And just yesterday, they played the Army Men, as the Army Men beat them 121-118. So it looks like in this game, the chances are very low for the Spikers. But I'll tell you what you can be looking for in this game, and I'm pretty sure it's some good players who going to bring some good points to this game. Let's talk about the players on this team. First, let's talk about Jaden Overway. 29.8 points, 2 assists from him this season. Devon Wright, 25 points, 3 assists. Jace Woodsbrew, 24.8 points, 2.5 assists, and 5 rebounds. That is good for someone like that. Alex Riley, the guy who had put up 50 points last season in the game against the Red Wolves. Congratulations to him. This season, he's pulled off 24.7 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. David White, 24 points, 2.8 assists, and 5 rebounds. Cardiance Alvarado, 24 points, 1 assist. Decon Justin, 23 points, 2.5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Steven Spenson, 23 points, 2.7 assists. Trajan Benson, 21.7 points, 3.3 assists, and 3 rebounds. David Overwright, 21 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. Jaden Wong, 20 points, 1 assist. Freddie MacArthur, 19 points, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds. Mason King, 19 points, 1.5 assists. Caleb McDaniel, 17 points, 1 assist. Franklin Carter, 16 points, 5 assists. Jason Wright, 15 points, 1.7 assists, and 3 rebounds. So I'm pretty sure all 16 names I just named on this team are most likely going to bring some good points. I honestly think the Spikers have a chance, but we'll have to see. So let's go to their opponents, the Tigers. This season, the Tigers are 4-3, and this is their best record since last season. Last season, the Tigers were 2-6, and in their last season, the Tigers did not play the Spikers at all. So this is the first time that the Tigers are actually playing the Spikers. So last season, it was really, really bad for the Tigers. They really didn't have, the offense and defense that you were expecting them to have. So on November 29th, the Tigers beat the Bears in the first game of the season. Then they beat the Army Men 120-116, and that was on December 1st. On December 6th, they beat the Bear Cubs 124-120. Then on December 7th, they lost to the Road Runners. And then on December 24th, which was Christmas Eve, they picked up a win over the Bear Cubs 119-112. And then, the Bulldogs. And then on January 5th, they lost to the Red Wolves 124-121. And then on January 10th, they lost to the Redbirds by 1 point. So let's see who we need to be looking for in this game. Aiden Jefferson, 28.5 points, 2 assists. John Huffman, 28.3 points, 2 assists. Tyrone Tyler, 26 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Tyson McFerry, 25.3 points, 4 assists. Jason Taylor, 25 points, 2.5 assists, 5 rebounds. Tyrone Thornton, 25 points, 1.5 assists, and 5 rebounds. McKinley West, 25 points, 1.5 assists. David Lee, 24.5 points and 2.5 assists. Justin Jones, 24.5 points and 2.5 assists. James Harden, 23.5 points, 2 assists. Aiden Goff, 22 points, 2.3 assists. Jake Lacey, 21.5 points, 1.5 assists, and 1.5 rebounds. Jaden Morrison, 20.5 points, 2.5 assists. Cameron Jones, 20 points, 1.5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Jamie Anderson, 19.5 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Aiden Huffman, 17 points and 1 assist. I'm going to have to give this victory to the Tigers. It looks like the Tigers have this one in their favor. This is your game previews, and we'll see you in the next one.